the types of urban interventions that are often made to kind of innovate public spaces are not always done with disability in mind. There are missed opportunities for more equitable built environments, and by looking at the types of values and language that shape the urban environment, we can actually identify how these really concrete design interventions come about. Hi, I'm Aimi Hamraie, and I study the intersection of disability and the built environment. We have a legal system that treats disability as a very knowable and standard thing. And that's not what our bodies and our life courses and our experiences are like. Many people kind of fluidly move in and out of different categories. All of that said, most of the time when architects or urban planners are designing a place, accessibility beyond the law is not part of what they're collecting data about or considering. They're thinking about the average person. And what many people may or may not know is that those guidelines are meant to be the floor rather than the ceiling. And it's hard for people to imagine what it would mean to exceed them if they don't have disabled designers on their design team or aren't working with disabled clients or have lived experience of disability. I came to study disability in the built environment because I am a disabled person, and I also grew up in a family where almost every person has a disability. I grew up watching people face barriers in their environment, but also adapting their environments in really innovative ways. It's that kind of like creativity and ingenuity that I find really interesting about disability communities, and that makes it feel really urgent for me to write about what the underlying philosophies and approaches are for designers who are interested in learning more about that. This part is a little bit akin to why the field of bioethics is so important in medicine. Bioethics helps guide decision-making that hopefully creates outcomes that protect vulnerable populations. In a similar way, there are ethical considerations around architecture and the built environment. What I'm thinking about is how to translate these tools from the humanities into actual design practice, and how to do that by leading with the knowledge and the frameworks that come from disability communities. Ideally, our cities are helping everyone in them to thrive. People, regardless of their embodiment or their disability, are able to use public facilities, are able to use public transportation and get around and feel safe doing that. Although many cities tend to be designed in ways that are exclusionary, they could achieve many of the same aims if they actually started with the question of accessibility and equitable access to the built environment. If we want to create livable cities, they have to be cities where there's equitable access to the amenities of the city and where all people are able to thrive regardless of whether they have a disability or have a different kind of marginalized position.